guys, Katy Huller here with Kids Can Read and Write. Today I want to help you help your kids read words with the G-E-G-I-G-Y trick. It's a great trick to know, and if you don't know it, your kids will probably get tricked. So a lot of kids have kind of learned to read, but they don't know how to read, and you'll see them guessing at words, stumbling through them, trying really hard to sound them out, but they just can't make sense of it. I want you to make sure if they see a word with G-E-G-I or G-Y that they know how to sound it out appropriately. Now, there are a lot of other tricks that are hidden in these words, and we're going to talk about those too as we read through the words, but the most important thing is to realize that your kids need to know these tricks. If they're trying to sound out words, they are not going to be successful unless they know the proper sounds to make. And that's all about knowing the tricks. So if you find when your kids are sounding out words, they're getting frustrated, they're skipping words, they're switching words, they're stumbling through words, they're getting stuck on words, it's likely they still need to learn the tricks. And if that's true, you can check out our Black Belt reading program on kidscanreadandwrite.com or on kidscanonlineacademy.com. The Black Belt reading program goes systematically through all the tricks your kids need to know to really start sounding out words with ease and reading with fluency and confidence. So if you need that, look it up. But for now, let's go over the G-E-G-I-G-Y trick. So I like to say, when G sees his best buddy, E, I, or Y, he gets his jump rope and he says, hey, do you want to jump rope with me? Well, the E, I, or Y says yes, but we have to finish our chores first. So what that means is the G is going to start jumping rope, but the E, the I, or the Y has to finish saying whatever it was saying in the word before it can jump rope with the G. So when we're reading words with that, and we see that G-E, G-I, or G-Y trick, we're not just going to say J for it. We're going to say J for the G part, but then that E, I, or Y still has to do whatever it was doing in the word. In this word, the E was at the end. That means he's a sleepy E. If he can reach over one letter and boss that vowel, he will. So when we read this, the E's bossing the A, he's going to say his name, A, and then we say J for that G. Okay, so we're going to read it Age, age, cage, like a cage that an animal would be in. All right, for this one, do you see the trick? There's that G-E again. There's that E acting like a sleepy E again. He's going to make that U say his name. Now notice, if you don't know these tricks that are going on in the word and you're told sound it out, you might sound it out G, eh. Or maybe you know that E is silent, but you don't remember to boss the U, you might say ug. That's not going to work. This G is saying, do you want to jump rope with me? The E says, yes, but I have to finish my chores first, so he has to keep bossing that U. So that's really going to be huge, huge. Do you see how that's working? Tricks are amazing for sounding out words. You really need to know the code behind the words to sound them out properly. So if you're finding your child is just not able to really sound out words, my guess is they don't really know these tricks. That's usually what holds them back. Or they have a bad blending technique. One of the things I usually notice when I'm testing kids is either they don't notice tricks like two vowels together. The first one usually says its name, unless it's one of the other two vowel tricks. Or like the G-E-G-I-G-Y, they might not know that. So if we know these tricks, we're going to sound this word out very differently than we would if we didn't know the tricks. All right, because it's not gut, it, and gant, right? That's what some of the kids might come out with if they don't know the tricks. This is a GI trick. Do you want to jump rope with me? Yes, but I have to finish doing my chores first. He's working with that A. It's a 2 vowels trick. So the first one says, hey, remember me, my name is I. The second one's just listening. We don't say anything for him. So we read this, giant, right? Like really big. All right, let's try this one. Do you see a trick in this word? I see 2 tricks. So yes, we have the GY trick. We also have the ER trick. Do you know what E and the R say? They say If your kids don't know that, you might hear them saying A lot of kids think R says but really ER, IR, and UR say So make sure your kids aren't saying make sure they're saying when they see an ER combination. And when they just see an R, make sure it's more of a R, because ER, IR, and UR say not R. So let's read this one. Again, they need a good blending technique, so you're going to want to make sure they're dragging their vowels into the next sound and then breaking it. If there's a trick, they just say that together and then continue through the word till they've gotten to the end. So this one would be N, and then do you want to jump rope with me? And then Y is another trick. Do you know what he says at the end of a long word? Well, if he can't fit in the first 3 seats and his best friend F isn't with him, he's going to say, that many people are coming? No thanks. So you want to say E here. So this is J, because he's by the Y, but Y has to finish doing his job, which is to say, that many people are coming. So we're going to say that there. So here we go. It's going to sound like this. N, G, E. Energy. Energy. Now notice how easy it is to read those big words when you know how to blend it, when you know how to split it, and when you know the tricks. A lot of kids could tell you ER says or sleepy E makes a vowel say its name, but they haven't had enough practice actually doing it. So when they're reading, they don't notice it. That's what the Black Belt Reading Program is so helpful for, because there are pages and pages and pages for you to practice everything with without a whole bunch of other tricks in it. It builds as it goes. So as you learn tricks, you keep using those, but you don't have words that you haven't learned the tricks for yet. So that's why I recommend the Black Belt Reading Program. You learn how to do all of this in it in a very easy, systematic way. All right, let's see about this one. I see the G-E-G-I-G-Y trick. That E is at the end, so he's going to be silent. Notice when he tries to boss a vowel, he can't reach it. So he's just going to go to sleep there. But the A-R, now that's another trick. Do your kids know that one? Do you? A and the R are the pirates. They say R, matey, R. They sound just like an R, okay? So when you read this, you want it to sound like L, R, J, large, large. So something that's large is big. All right, how about this one? We have the G-E-G-I-G-Y trick. And notice he can only boss a vowel if he can reach it. It would really be this E that would be bossing. Notice he's blocked. So when you're reading this, fudge, just kind of do it like that. You can't really hear that D it kind of blends in with the GE, so really it sounds more like fudge, fudge, but it is there, fudge, fudge, but it kind of blends together. So you don't really hear it, but it's protecting that U from that sleepy E. So that's important to realize too. Fudge, that's like a type of chocolate that you can make. Fudge. All right, a chocolatey treat. How about this one? What tricks do you see? Did you see the GE, GI, GY? And did you see that ER trick that we talked about over here? So when we read it, we have to start with that J, J, J. Do you want to J, J, jump rope with me? And then he says, yes, but I have to finish doing my chores first. He has to finish saying his sound. So we go J, germs, germs. Now, if your child sounds it out, G, E, ms, do you think they're going to know the word? No. So you have to help them see these tricks in the words and remember to do it. And remember, if you need help, get the Black Belt Reading Program, because then you'll have lots of words to practice with so your child can really get the reps in, get the hang of it. All right, let's try one more. This is a big one. So we're going to drag that vowel into that next sound and break it. Normally, we wouldn't break a trick, but because the I is going to still do whatever it was doing in the word, you can break it. So most tricks we keep together, but GE, GI, GY tricks we can split, and CE, CI, CY tricks, we can split those two. All right, so let's see how we'd read this one. Madge, madge, ick, ick, and then A and the L say all when they're together. So that's another trick that's covered in the Black Belt Reading Program. All right, so if your child's reading this, you want to help them get a good blending technique, know how to break it up into little parts so their brains can remember it, especially if they have any kind of memory issues going on or processing issues, because those will really mess kids up. If they have dyslexia, you need to show them how to break up these big words, because usually they cannot hear all of those sounds at once, especially not in the beginning. Maybe as they get more advanced, yes. But in the beginning, you want to teach them to see words in little chunks like this. So we're going to go madge, madge, ick, all. Madge, ick, all. And make sure you're showing your kids how to come back to the beginning to put it together. Madge, ick, all. And you can use fingers for parts if you need to. If their brains are getting all mixed up and they can't keep those chunks straight, you can say part 1, madge, part 2, ick, part 3, all. Ready? Madge, ick, all. And you can give them fingers to go with it to help them keep it straight in their brains. Another thing you can do is put 1 and 2 together. Magic, magic, and then add 3. All. Magic, all. Because sometimes the brain just really struggles with lots of parts and you have to condense it as you go. So anyway, I hope this helps you help your kids. I hope this helps you see that there are so many tricks in words. Even when they're small words, we still have to know the tricks to sound out words. If your kids don't just naturally memorize them after they hear them, which is a dangerous game to play, because so many words look like so many others, it's easy to start getting them all mixed up. And if you've seen your kids start mixing up words, you really need to go back and teach the code behind the words. And part of that code is learning the tricks. That's a really important part. Also, watch that blending technique and make sure they know how to break up words the easy way. So, hope this helps. Leave a comment if you have any questions or if there's anything I can help you with. I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks so much for tuning in. And don't forget to put that thumbs up or share it with anyone you think this video might help. So, thanks again, guys. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye.